Hey guys, I am looking for a drone. When you don't charge your batteries or fly past your battery, they do funny things like fly away. So I'm trying to find a drone in this. But, you know what else I found? Look. Last year, this time there was none of this shit here. 2 years ago, the town made my neighbor, he rents property, clean up a hillside. And he had to cut a road, and the road goes up through there. But it's starting to get overgrown. But this is what his tenants are doing. Only been 2 years. Can you see it? See that shit? I don't know, last year, I think you might remember this. It was the beginning of a teepee that I chased the people off. This is my backyard. But after a year, it's still standing. Not bad. But all this shit. Got it. It goes all the way up and up. Yeah. You know what? This is not fake. You can't make this shit up. A prepared mind. He's made a couple of videos in the last couple of days, 3 days. 3 good videos. And he's been trying to expose trolls. And he's getting pretty good at it. But he's bringing up a lot of good points, and I don't know where to go from there. I'm still stuck on everything's fake. Now they're saying that we couldn't get to Pluto, and that it's impossible to get the quality pictures that we're getting back. They're saying they had a 1 megapixel camera on this probe that it's the size of a small car, and they used a 1 megapixel camera, and they did. Wow. They just threw trash down the hill. Really. Unfucking real. Well, that 1 megapixel camera on that probe, they used that so that they could steer and see any potential hazard. But as they got closer to Pluto, like 3 million miles or so, they started using a camera called Lucy or something like that. And you're getting real multi-gigabyte photos coming back. And they're saying that there's no way that you could power that probe for nine years. Well, most of the time that probe was going to Pluto, that thing was in hibernation mode, just like your computer. You put your computer to sleep or hibernate, you can come back almost a year later and that computer will boot back up. How can that be? Because if you use it on a laptop, you're only getting 3 or 4 hours out of it. That makes sense. But you gotta remember, they're using fuel cells and to a certain range while solar panels would still work. They used them. But you get so far out, the sun doesn't give it enough power to keep going. And that's where the fuel cell comes in. You got to remember too that this is using 2005 technology. In the 9-10 years that probe has been up, we've come a long ways. We're doing stuff now, even with cameras. The camera I'm using, it wasn't around in 2005. Technology wasn't there. The SD card in here is a class 10. It's a micro mini. It's got 64 gigabytes of RAM, memory. 64 gigabytes on a thing smaller than your thumbnail. Think about it. Is that real? I think it is. But everything's fake. You were born white, but you think you're black. So you become one of the head people at NAACP. Now how can a white person pull that off? You were born a man. But because technology has caught up, that man can now have a vagina and tits. So that man doesn't have to be a man. He can be a woman. And a woman who couldn't make it as a woman can have those tits that drag down on the sidewalk when she walks cut off. Take that vagina that you have to strap your ass in a 2x4 so you don't fall in, sew that up, and make it into a dick. And now that woman can become an ugly man. Nothing's real. We never went to the moon. The earth is flat. If the earth is flat, how come when you go east for approximately 25,000 miles, you end up in the same place you started? And if it's flat, what's on the other side? I want to know what's on the other side. This is just a rant. One of my senators, Senator Jean Shaheen, voted for the UN treaty, disarmament treaty. My other senator, Kelly Ayotte, Republican, voted against it. What was it? 54 to 43? So there's 43 senators out there who want to take away your guns. So why don't you go online and look up the UN gun treaty, find out who's senator, if it's yours. How about voting the cocksucker out? Or the cunt, one of the two. I'm done calling them. I called Senator Shaheen's office, the Democrat, and the person on the end of the telephone was British. And I asked him how come Shaheen, the senator, hasn't done anything to impeach Obama. He had the typical answer. Then I asked him how come she hasn't done anything to impeach a Supreme Court justice. He goes, oh, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. Well, in 1804, Supreme Court justice was brought up on impeachment. But in 1805, he wasn't impeached. Must have knew some powerful people back then. But you can impeach a Supreme Court justice. And that was the second time. There was another one too, and I'm not going to say the date because I'm not sure of the date. But 2 times Supreme Court justice was brought up on impeachment. One time they did impeach him. The second time they didn't. But, you know, I tried to get the guy to say impeachment, and he could not say the word. He would say he could not get the whole word out. But my Republican senator, Kelly Ayotte, her representative had no problem with the idea. It's just the thing of getting enough support to get this done. And honestly, it would take so long that he would be out of office anyhow. You gotta love it, don't you? This beautiful place down here. This is the place that has all that beautiful stonework, and it's a conduit that goes underneath the railroad tracks, and there's a running brook underneath all that stone, and it carries it all the way down underneath another hill, and it enters out into a river. So what are we gonna do, guys? Come August, I'm gonna be 65. If it takes too much longer, I'm not going to be able to help. I think that this summer, something needs to happen. Even if it takes somebody like me to start it. And I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. I've nothing to lose anymore. I have lived my life. I have been to the bottom, and I've danced with the devil. I stopped drinking. Now all of a sudden I found myself, I have a house. I found God again. And everything fell into place. This is not the country I grew up in. No. No, I don't want to go back to 1950, but I want to go back to the morals in 1950. I want to go back to the church from 1950. I want to go back to the education. As bad as it was in the 50s, it was one hell of a lot better than what it is now. People don't have morals no more. They say they do. But when push comes to shove, they'll turn on you in a second. Yeah, they will. I've had a lot of people on YouTube turn on me because I'm me. I don't change. When I first got on YouTube, I tried to be cute and be somebody who I wasn't. Found out that didn't work. So what you get is me with 5 million mosquitoes, and they are hungry. So go look up The Prepared Mind and watch the last 3 videos. He's worth subbing. He's for real. He keeps saying he's an ex-Marine. But once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine. Unless you're a shitbird and they throw you out. That happens a lot too. Yeah. I didn't get drafted. I joined 1967. The people calling all the names and everything, you guys weren't even born then. And you're trying to tell me how it was. You don't know how it was. You've never seen it good. Yeah. But you guys have all the answers. I don't. Keep looking. When I think I find somebody I can listen to, I find out that most of them are jerks. I don't even know how many subs I have now. I don't care. It's not about subs. It's about being honest and being you. I know this video has made no sense at all, and I'm not talking about 99% of the things I wanted to talk about. But being down here in the valley, other than the trash, it put me in a good mood. Well, I cut it off. I've rambled enough. Oh, Saturday morning. I think it's the 18th of July. I don't know. Just another day. So, catch you later. Simplify. Start believing in something. Start off with God. He'll answer you. See ya.